Okay, often before we do standard form, we have to round a complex number into one that's more intelligible, easier to grasp and understand by simplifying it. And we can simplify it by using significant figures. Here we've got 980, and I've been asked to round it to 1SF or one significant figure. So what we need to do is we go to the first non-zero number here, which is 9, okay, and it's the first significant figure, and so we make a cut. And we look at the next number and ask ourselves, is that a high or a low number? And 8 is a high number. If it's a high number, then what we do is we knock the next number up one. And so I'm going to call this 10. So 9 becomes 10. But I can't forget, okay, the place value that I had here. I need to put the zeros down. Otherwise, this 9, which was in the hundreds column, okay, will go from the hundreds column into the units, and I need it to stay in the hundreds column. So I've got 1000, previously had 900. And when you've done this, this looks like difficult to tell it's been rounded. So I need to show the examiner that I've rounded it, and I do that with this little bracket here. Well, let's look at this one. So the first non-zero digit is this 4, and I'm going to make a cut and ask myself, is the next number high or low? And this one is low, all right? So here, if it's low, I just leave that number there. Now, consider this number, okay, is actually 4 million, okay? If I leave this as just 4, okay, I've radically changed the number, right, from 4 million to 4. So you must remember to put in the zeros so that you can maintain the integrity of the 4 million, okay? And so there you have that number rounded, okay, so it's now much easier to take one glance at it and know roughly how many people were there. And I need to tell the examiner that I've rounded it to one significant figure. Okay, so low number, leave it alone. Let's have a look at this one over here and go to the first non-zero. These zeros are just telling you that this is in the not in the tenths, hundredths, thousands. This is in the 10,000ths unit, and without those zeros I wouldn't know that. But this is the first non-zero digit, and so I'm going to make a cut here and ask myself, is the next number low or high? And it's obviously high. And that means that I knock this from a 1 to a 2. And I just maintain the place value of that, okay, and I've got 0.02. I need to tell the examiner, okay, how I've rounded it. If we look at this number here, okay, we've got this one, make a cut, that's low. Okay, so we're just going to leave the 8 there, maintain the place value, and tell the examiner how I've rounded it. Let's look at the next group, which is two significant figures. And so I look at, there's the first, there's the second. Okay, make a cut, low or high, and that's a high one. Right, so I need to make the 2 into a 3. And I don't leave it as 73. So many people leave it as 73. It's annoying. Okay, but this is 72,000. Okay, not 73. 72,000. So 72,000 can't just turn into 73. I need to maintain the place value by putting in these zeros where the previous digits were. And I need to tell the examiner how I've rounded it. Okay. Let's look at the next one, okay, which is kind of a little bit different. So here's the first non-zero digit, here's the second non-zero digit, make a cut. 9 is definitely high. So I need to knock this 9 up 1, okay? And so if I knock that up, this is going to become 70. And 70, okay, now this is 69,000, oh sorry, 6,900, okay? So I can't leave it at 70. Don't forget to put in those zeros to maintain the place value and tell the examiner how you've rounded it. We are going to have a look at the next one, which is 5,700, 431. So 1, 2, make a cut. Okay, this is low. So I leave it as 57. and maintain the place value and write to SF. Okay, and so this video doesn't get too long, I'm going to stop that there.